I'm Davey Wavey, creator of Himeros.tv, and today I am joined by porn superstar,
Thank you.
Logan Cross. And today we're talking about eating ass. So get on your knees, spread those cheeks, and let's get started. Speaking of spreading cheeks, do you enjoy a whole picture?
I do enjoy a lot of good whole pictures, especially when they're smooth.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I have an entire collection of whole pictures of you from our recent shoot in Big Bear. They're iconic.
Yeah.
Some might say legendary.
A little bit.
Himeros Live is sponsored by Himeros.tv, the erotic website to enhance your experience of sex and sexuality. Created by Davey Wavey, we upload erotic videos to help you have the best gay sex of your life and then discuss them on this podcast. Go to himeros.tv/pod to save 20% off your membership, which is as little as 40 cents per day. You'll get instant access to our erotic library of life-changing, soul-nourishing, hole-quenching, cock-throbbing videos that inspire deeper connections, sexual exploration, and increased pleasure, and the occasional ejaculation, I might add. Visit himeros.tv/pod and save 20%. Hey, Logan, how are you?
That's a mouthful. Holy crap. Wow.
For you to think something's a mouthful, that's saying a lot. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm doing well. I'm alive still. I'm breathing. That's a good thing.
That is, you got your pulse? Yep. She's still kicking.
Yep, still kicking it.
You're also sporting a new look. You got a little nest on your hair here.
Yeah, I love it.
What is it called?
So the sides are fade ups, but the top, I have no idea. I just like to have a man bun, ponytail, whatever.
She's rocking the man bun.
I am. Very much so.
FYI, we're recording this early because at the time that you're listening to this, I will be hiking through the wilderness of northern Italy, stuffing my fucking face with as much Italian food as I can manage.
Jealous.
Yeah, so there's that. That's why we're recording this early. So if you're watching at home and you're confused why we're talking about a video that hasn't yet been released, it's because we're doing it in anticipation. And sometimes the anticipation can be as fun as the actual event.
I totally agree.
That was my Buddha moment.
Buddha.
Okay, so Logan, you're an adult model. Is that what you like to be called, an adult model?
Yeah. I like to be called an adult sex worker, adult model. Yeah, something around the word adult
Porn superstar, not so much.
I mean, some people have called me star, but
she is definitely a star.
I am.
Yeah, it was funny because this last week we did a retreat in Josh Retreat, and the guys kept referring themselves as performers. And to me, which I get, you are doing a performance on camera, but the performance that we were asking people to performance implies that you're playing a role. You also have a theater background, you understand playing roles. And the role we were asking people to play was themselves, which is actually a very difficult role to play. So then it's kind of this funny thing of well, are you performing if you're just being yourself, and what's that balance? And it's an existential question. It
is. Holy wow.
Yeah, it just got deep. We're only a couple minutes in. Shit. Okay. So before we get into this week's video, which is ass eating, I want to ask you some questions. And for people who are just learning who you are for the first time, can you give them some background on who you are, what your story is, how you got into porn?
Oh, gosh.
Make sure you get close to the mic, girl.
Okay. Wow. So how I got into porn, it actually didn't really occur to me since I was only a senior in high school.
You started porn when you were a senior in high school?
I was 18 when I was a senior.
That's my follow-up question.
I was 18 when I was a senior, so I was able to apply to Helix Studios and a bunch of other companies. But around the time the second week before I graduated high school, the Helix Studios sent me a message saying, "Hey, we got your application. We're interested and whatnot, but when can you be available to fly out and film with us?" I told them I was still in high school and that I only have at least a few weeks left to actually finish and graduate. And so
they were like, "That's even better. You're still in high school."
Yes. They were very excited and were super willing to work with me on this.
Oh, that's twisted.
It was. And so after I graduated high school on a Friday, it took 2 days. And then Monday, I was on a plane for the first time. I never flew on an airplane ever in my life.
I mean, were you living at home?
Yeah.
What did your parents think?
Well, my parents moved out that beginning year when I freshly turned 18.
Mm-hmm.
I was still living with my grandma, but we still have really good connection and communication. And I told them after I got back.
Oh, okay.
I told them after I got back, and they were for like a good 10 minutes were, oh no, he ruined his life, blah blah blah. We're bad parents. And then they hung up, called me later about 5 minutes later. Okay, so we talk about it. We're gonna take at least 10% of your income money.
So this is a podcast. People can't see my face. But okay, so first of all, like when I told my mom that I was gay, it took her like 10 years to be like, okay with it. It took your parents 15 minutes to go from like, you ruined your life to like, you know what, this whole porn thing we want to cut.
Yeah.
That's a pretty quick trajectory.
Well, they already knew that I was gay. We already had the coming out of the closet early that junior year because of bullies and everything. And so my mom, she already knew I was gay. She was just waiting for the moment.
Okay.
But yeah, they were pretty chill about it. We just still gotta make sure we still have good communications. I have to let her know, oh yeah, hey mom, by the way, I'm flying, bye.
Gotta grease that palm. Do you still give her a cut?
No.
Okay.
I don't cut. I give her as my love, and a lot of travel to go see her.
Well, girl, what's she gonna do with that?
Well,
she go shopping with your love.
She loves seeing me, and she loves getting drunk with me and everything else. Be a cool mom.
So speaking of doing porn, how was working with Himeros TV? Because we just did a shoot in Big Bear.
Yes.
How was that different than was it different than some of the other shoots that you've done?
It was completely different. Only for reasons is that the shoots didn't go from 11 in the afternoon all the way to 5 o'clock to late in the evening. Mm-hmm. And then even if it will still sometimes go to at least 9 and late at night.
So when you're on a typical set, it's like all day shooting.
Pretty much. It's a long, set up lights, cameras, and the cameras. I was impressed with the camera that we used compared to the cameras that the porn companies use. It's completely different. We use a very high tech $1 million camera where they were using $1,000 cameras.
Yeah, to be clear, it's an $85,000 camera. It's not a $1 million camera, but it is the camera that is used for like all the films. I think 90% of the films that were nominated for Best Picture. So it's like it's a cinematic, like it's a filmmaking camera. It's not like a little handheld point and shoot. But it's really expensive to rent an $85,000 camera. And to your point, that usually a shoot lasts all day. But for us, we would film 4 shoots every day. Like we have to be kind of scrappy with it.
Mm-hmm. And we still have time in the evening to likely like chill, relax, wind down, have a nice dinner.
Yeah.
And still go to bed around 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, also, I mean, the sex that like people were having, it wasn't like open up to camera and now we need to get this angle. It's kind of just like you do it. Yeah. And we film it and then we go on to the next scene. So, yeah, it was fun. I'm really excited. We watched last night together. We watched In the Closet, which is coming out in a few weeks. That shit was hot, girl.
My body is amazing.
Oh my God, I can't. Well, hey, you know what? It is. So
it is.
If you know that, then that's fine. Okay. So I also want to chat with you about OnlyFans. First of all, what is OnlyFans?
So I personally love OnlyFans because it has helped me in many, many different ways. This last summer, I have literally saved almost $1,000 just from making my own videos, selling them, posting them on Tuesday for making a funny pun on my Twitter. It's like, hey, Taco Tuesday, and make a picture and put a burrito.
Is it your pussy?
No, it's someone's dick, and the burrito's dick is going up in my ass. It's nice.
Wait, is this special effects or is this actually happening?
It's just special effects.
Okay.
I like to be creative.
Burritos up your.
No, I sometimes did try it. It did not work out well. It got messy.
Yeah, they wouldn't really hold together.
No.
So you like OnlyFans because it allows you to
be your own director.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you being your own director, you make your own money, your own salary.
What sort of things do you post on it?
At first, I started doing pictures and just private videos of me using a dildo, and then lately, I've been getting into more of like partner scenes, and that's because it's been help in more of a demanding from the fans I get. Like the more fans ask me, you should film with more people, and so I was like, okay, sure, but
is that why you're here today?
I have standards.
Oh, this bitch. This bitch. Well, that's awkward. What is your OnlyFans address?
It is Logan Cross XXX at OnlyFans. There's nothing.
That's not an address. Like, is it like onlyfans.com / I
think so.
Like, you give me an email address?
I think it's onlyfans.com / Logan Cross XXX. I think that's it.
At gmail.com.
I wish. I mean, that's my email. I know that my OnlyFans is linked to my Twitter at Logan Cross XXX. So
yeah. How do you get ideas for it? Like, if you get to be your own director, I mean, for us with Himeros TV, like, we have this whole process of like generating ideas and working with all these people. It's really fun. But like, are you just like, pull out your camera and like start shooting something, or do you like have a strategic approach to content creation?
I have a kind of strategy. I have to make sure that the other person's okay with it before I pull out my camera.
Yes, that would be important.
It is important, but also like, so this last one I did, my daddy, I was the one in control of it because I told him I'm going to film this and you're going to go as hard as you can for at least a minute until it stops.
Until what stops?
Until I stop the camera.
Oh.
And so that's why I like to be creative is like, sometimes I'll let him take the camera or my partner, or I will take it and I will be in the one in control and a lot like saying, okay, I want you to open up your body because I want to see this on my camera right now. And that's how I sometimes get creative.
Go get close to the mic. They want to hear your every word.
I said I'm a loud person.
She's just dancing around the room.
I'm a loud person.
Do you so do you do like one video a week, I guess is what it is, or something like that? Is there like a
I post one video a week. Okay. I try to film a lot of videos when I'm usually with a man.
Okay.
A man.
A man.
A man.
Look at those vapors. Listen to this man. So do you think that OnlyFans is impacting the studios?
I feel like it's gonna impact them. How?
I don't know. Like, is it?
Do you think it's going to benefit to them, or is going to be a competition to them?
Yeah, I think it could go either way. I think you could make an argument either way. Like, I think if you increase your profile through OnlyFans and more people find out about you and connect with you, they're going to be even more excited when they see you doing professional content with studios. Like, or you could make the argument that studios are going to get upset because OnlyFans is making them irrelevant. And the content that you're getting on OnlyFans is much more authentic than what studios are filming.
I think there's a lot of pros and cons in both situations. With studios, it's competition, but then again, it will bring up the OnlyFans model reputation. But then there's also another downside. They're filming OnlyFans. Sometimes it's bareback OnlyFans or it's condom, and usually it's non-safe.
Well, I mean, it could be bareback, but it doesn't mean that it's non. I mean, if you're on PrEP, like there's other precautions.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a whole conversation, I think. Around because we've filmed some scenes without condoms. Actually, your scene was without condoms, and I think safe has become synonymous with condom, and of course that's part of the conversation. But so is PrEP, so is testing. I mean, there's lots of layers to that. So wait, your OnlyFans content is bareback?
Yeah.
Mostly, yeah.
Bareback with the same people, mainly. I don't like being a floozy.
No one's judging you? I'm a floozy.
I'm not. I usually, with the people I have sex with, I have seen the test results or have gone with them to get the test results done. I usually stick around those people. And that's where I know that they're safe.
Yeah.
And so.
Ain't nothing wrong with floozies, though. If they're living their life, expressing their sexuality how they want to. More power to. She's rolling her eyes.
I was a floozy back in high school.
Okay, and so for people to find your OnlyFans videos, they should just Google OnlyFans Logan Cross.
Pretty much, or just go to Twitter and just find me.
Has no idea what the address is.
There's so much in this brain that it's hard to keep track of IP addresses.
Yeah. I feel the same way. Yeah, my sponge is full. If anything goes in, something else has to come out at this point. Do you know what I mean?
I know what I mean.
All right, so this week's video is called Ecstatic Ass Eating. You just saw it.
Yep.
It features Troy Akala and tantric coach Brad Amberhart, who you haven't met, Brad, right? No, you haven't. He wasn't there in Big Bear. This video opens with a line that says, in my sexy voice, I'm going to try to do it right now. This is what I like to do. When there's a microphone in my face, I can't help myself. This video isn't about sex. It's about the fine art of eating ass. Oh, the ass was kind of quiet. The fine art of eating ass. Oh, I keep doing it quiet. Eating ass. It's the fine art of eating ass. Did I scare you?
A little. A little. I'm frightened.
She is frightened. We all are. Yeah, so it's about, all right, so we filmed this in Hawaii. We want to do a video about ass eating. And like I think if you take a step back from it, let's talk about eating ass.
Okay.
It's a funny thing, eating ass, because if you were an alien that came to planet Earth, right? And someone were to say to you, this is the human person.
Okay.
Where on the human person would you not want to place your lips? The alien would say, on that motherfucker's asshole. Like, I am not placing my lips on his asshole.
Okay.
And then you or I might say,
yeah,
wrong. Like, actually, that's the best place to place your lips. Right?
Yes.
But like, you see why a lot of people would think that that's disgusting, because it's literally the place
to poop a shoot.
Yeah. Like you shit your shit out of your ass. I mean, have you never thought about this? Like, I
have thought about it, and I think it's a personal thing. You just gotta, like, it's a stepping stone that you just gotta hop over.
It's a big stone, I think.
It is.
Like, this is the hole from which you shit your shit. And yet it's wonderful.
It is. It also depends, like, is that bottom clean?
Sure. Right. There's elements to it.
There's a lot of elements in that picture, but
right. You can wash the hole, you can douche the hole, and make it nice and fresh.
Yeah.
But still, it's funny that place, and I wonder if part of why it's so hot is because that place is so forbidden. Like, it's so
forbidden.
Because it's so taboo. Like that's where you wouldn't play. Like, why isn't it eating someone's, like, what is this called? Your elbow fold? Like
I think so. Something.
Why or like eating someone's, like, knee folds, or like,
that'll tickle. Why
don't we stick our faces in someone's belly button and go like, like, why is eating someone's ass so good?
It's not standard.
It's taboo. Like, I don't know.
It is. The thing is, like, Adam and Eve. Oh, I'm going there.
Please get biblical on us.
I'm going Adam and Eve, because Adam and Eve didn't, like, understand what the booty was.
Oh, you don't think Adam tossed Eve salad? He had his face all up in that shit.
No, he had a face up in the front side of Eve, who was a woman.
You don't think he ate her? You don't think he ate her ass?
Pretty sure she did. He did not. I am most positive.
I think he fucking invented that shit. He was like,
sure,
girl, that hole's fresh.
now the holes are probably like,
God is good.
Look like tangle, like small little beads in there. They didn't have shavers back then. I think they have a smooth ass. They didn't.
They didn't even know what a smooth ass was. They didn't give a shit. They're just so excited to get it. They just stick it in. Anyway, I don't understand why eating ass is so good, and yet it is so good. And like, I think if you have a good ass eating, it can feel like a religious experience.
Yeah.
Do you love having your ass eaten, and do you love eating ass?
I do like doing both, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But for me to eat ass, I have standards.
Okay, so you're picky about the ass that you eat. So when we were in Big Bear, I don't remember if you were on set when this happened, but we worked with a model named Dalton Briggs, and we actually filmed him talking about eating ass. And in particular, were you there when this
I
happened?
think I was.
He was talking about eating your ass.
Yeah.
It was like poetry.
Oh my God, yeah, it was.
He talked about like how kissing your ass was more intimate than kissing someone's lips, and like, I mean, he just went on and on and on. I wish I had the clip. I don't have the clip to play, but it was pretty magical. What's the best ass eating you've ever had?
I've done, or someone gave me?
Someone gave you. Because let's be real, more people are eating your ass than you're eating theirs.
Fair. Oh, that's a hard question. I have done a lot of different things, I want to say, with people eating my ass. Probably my favorite was when I was upside down. No, I was in a swing set, actually. I was in a swing set, and my legs were already up in the air. My ass was already open, and he just went in and just ate me out.
Where was the swing set that you?
It was in his bedroom, or
girl, that's called a sling. The swing set. I'm like,
he
you're
says
on some playground.
He says a swing set. I call it a swing, and it's just he swings me back and forth. It's so fun.
That sounds yeah, it does sound really hot.
It is.
I think the best I had was when I was in college. There was this guy that I would hook up with who he would like literally eat my ass for hours. People always say like I could eat your ass for hours. He ate my ass for hours. And
I tried that. I didn't like it.
Oh girl, I like, to me it's like getting a massage. Like it relaxes me. I fell asleep. Like I would literally fall asleep with his like tongue inside my hole. Anyway, speaking of holes, this video that we're not really talking about opens with this really beautiful shot of Troy's hole. And it's funny because if you, depending on your internet connection, if you're streaming it, whatever, you may actually notice that there's like all these flies flying around because we were in the jungle, literally in the jungles of Hawaii. And it's just kind of funny that there's like a picture of someone's hole and there's like all these like flies like swarming around. But his hole is very clean and fresh and lovely. Anyway, it's basically a step-by-step guide with some really hypnotic imagery, I would say. There's also a few techniques that are discussed, including one where you like massage the ass with your hands while nibbling on the taint. And there's some tips that you can kind of take away from it. But a big focus of the video is on the noise. And I think that the noise is really important for eating ass, the noise that you make. And I think a lot of bottoms, I'm not pointing any fingers here, a lot of bottoms tend to get a little bit lazy when their ass is being eaten and they just lay there. But you actually really need to make noise because, I mean, number one, it feels good to make the noise.
It does.
Number two, it's hot for you and for the top. And three, it's also a way to communicate with the top. Like when he does something with your ass that feels really good, to like let him know so that he knows he's doing a good job and then he can do more of whatever that good thing is. So, I mean, do you have any tips for eating ass? Like as someone who's received quite a bit of ass eating, that something that has benefited you over the years that you want to share with our viewers?
So what I love doing, especially the tops, they especially like it when I help them open up my own ass. So when I'm on my belly and my ass is in the air, I grab my own ass and spread it out. And that's what, they love it because they love just seeing the asshole just spread open. Then they just go in there.
Yeah, they can get in deep. And it frees their hands up too. So they don't have to spread it and they can do other things.
Like they can go under you, pick you up, and just toss you around like a rag doll.
Work it out, bro.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's good imagery.
It is. It is a good one.
All right. Anything else about this video that comes to mind? Did we sufficiently cover it?
I think that's only ass.
Okay. So we're going to answer a few audience questions that people had before we end here. If you guys have any questions, please send them to Davey at daveywavey.tv. It's DAVEY at DAVEYWAVEY.tv. No one can figure it out. Davey at daveywavey.tv. Question number 1. You guys were recently talking about marijuana use during sex, and I have to admit that I can really only enjoy sex when I'm high. Is this a problem? What can I do about it?
Personally, no. There's really not listen, you don't have a problem. I love when I'm high and have sex. It's amazing. I have a better orgasm, and I sometimes the sex lasts even longer. But you don't have a problem. It's just a preference, I want to say. You find it to be more relaxing, and it's like a relaxer.
Well, so I mean, my thing here is he's saying that not so much that he prefers to be high when he's having sex. He's saying he only enjoys sex when he's high. So my question would be, what is it about being high that allows you to enjoy sex? Like, is it because when you're high, you're more relaxed? Is it because when you're high, there's less stress?
It's less thought. It's more of an instinct when you're high. Because when you're not under the influence, it's like you're a little bit thinking, but you have to like think. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I say this as someone who has never had sex while high and who's only had like 3 or 4 like pot brownies in my entire life. So I'm like probably bad frame of reference. But like if it's that your mind is too busy and like there's too many thoughts going through and you want to clear your mind, sure, marijuana can help you do that. But if that's why he's able to enjoy sex, there's also other things he could experiment with, like meditation or like relaxation.
Breathing exercises are a good one.
Yeah. So I mean, my question is, what is it about being high that allows you to enjoy sex? And that question is worth kind of digging into. Question number 2 is specifically for you, Logan. It's from Dan. He says, Logan, are you single? And what do you look for in another guy? Because I want to apply. That's what he says. So are you single?
I am currently single, but
is your hole ready to mingle?
my whole loves dates, but I'm not ready to settle down for like a locked on relationship. I recently got out of a relationship this last June, and it was bad. I take a lot of time to myself. I will be single for at least a good another 5 years again. But
so Dan, you're going to play the long game on this one. Hang in there for half a decade.
I mean, if you meet me, for my type of guy, I like people who are into the arts, fit, healthy, have a good, strong relationship with the family, because family is most important to me. And if a guy becomes between me and my family and he has to make me choose, I will choose my family over that guy.
Sure. And he's gonna have that good dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Question number 3. You guys talk a lot about bottoming, but I'm a strict top. I am really curious. What's so good about bottoming? To me, it just looks like a lot of work and it's painful. What am I missing? Well,
pleasure.
Viewer, you do bring up a good point. Bottoming is a lot of work. If it's bad, it's painful. But what is so good about it? Why do you like bottoming so much? Why do you like bouncing up and down on that dick?
Oh, that's a good question. When I first started having sex, I would actually consider myself a top because I really didn't understand the bottoming process until I first did it, and that was a bad experience. The guy bit my asshole on, literally, he like bit me to leaving a bruise on my.
Oh my god!
Yeah, on the whole, it was a bad experience.
We're not talking about a nibble.
No, it was not a nibble. It was when I was like, I'm gonna bite it, see if I can rip something off.
Yeah. Well, you said pleasure, and I think that's the thing
that's the only thing I love is just it's a pleasure stimuli. Yeah. When I'm bouncing on someone's dick and I know I'm fully cleaned out and everything, my work has paid off, I'm able to enjoy what I have worked for.
Yeah. We on our tantric retreat, I can't remember the exact quote, but Brad said he was talking about hungry bottoms, our tantric instructor, and he's like, you know, that hungry bottoms, no matter how big the dick is, it will never fill that hole. And I was like, oh,
that's true. I
was like, man, like she just spoke some truth.
The anus is very magical. You can fit a lot of things up there.
Well, I think he was more talking about like the hole is like a metaphorical hole for the hole that's in our heart. And no matter how many dicks we fit in that hole, it will never be enough.
Shit.
And on that note, next week, join us as we talk about role play part 2, Dad and Sons, a video featuring an intergenerational, interracial incest concept.
Oh, great. Incest. Yay!
You said you like family, girl.
I mean, my family is part of that incest clan.
You can't keep it in your pants. Keep it in the family. In the meantime, make sure you join us on Himeros.tv with a 20% discount at Himeros.tv/pod. It's HIMEROS.tv/pod. Logan.
Yes.
Darling.
Hi.
Love of my life. Where can people get more of you?
My Twitter. I'm almost ready to exploit my Snapchat so everyone can watch my stories, but I need to be more active on it.
What Twitter? And what is your Twitter?
My Twitter is Logan Cross XXX. Well, it's at Logan Cross XXX. My
At gmail.com.
That's my fan mail. That's my fan mail. My Instagram is, I found out what it was actually. It is Clint CLINT X80.
That's your Instagram?
That's my Instagram. I had to change it so many times because people kept making fake accounts. I'm just like, I'm just gonna do this one.
Your Instagram's private too, right?
Oh, it's now public.
Okay, she's ready for the prime time.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for those followers.
Also, you can see more of Logan on Himeros.tv. The video is coming out shortly. It is hot. It is amazing. It will change your life. You will not be the same person at the end of it as you were in the beginning.
No, you will crave more of me.
Okay. All right. someone's very confident. Well, awesome. Thank you guys for listening, and as always, more to come.